Good evening, I'm back. I'm your host, Jack Remington, the Jack Remington NFL channel. Last week, we had our best week of the season. 13 wins, 3 losses for the entire card. 5-0 on our one card for the Soup Simulator, for the Fishangs pregame.com. It's the Las Vegas Hilton's Super Contest Simulator. And 4-1 on the other ticket. So we went 9-1. We tied our week 1's record and got an honorable mention again. And I'll have all that screenshots for you. I have everything presented for you. I forgot to put the previous week's simulator, and we did okay, but last week was good, and we're going to try to finish that strong. Now, like I said, we went 13-3, 13 with 3 losses. One of those losses, I deserved it. Against my better judgment, I reversed my pick, and I took the stupid Carolina Panthers. They got shut out 26-0. I should have known better. That was a bad pick on my part. I changed my pick from the Giants to the Rams, knowing the Rams were still going to try to win. Rams missed 2 extra points, and the Giants kind of imploded on a couple things. I mean, the Giants should have won that game. They outplayed the Rams. And then the other loss was we had the Chargers +3. What was I thinking? Interim coach, that guy named Stick Plains quarterback, he's okay. A hair away, in my opinion, from going 16-0. However, I also belong to that pool. I mentioned last year's videos a couple times. This is the first time I think I mentioned it this year. But there's 25 of us that we signed up for many, many years ago. We used to play poker at the Commerce Casino in Los Angeles. We're Omaha players. It's a 4-card game. Texas Hold'em is a 2-card game. But I like Omaha. For some reason, it's a dumb, stupid game. It's not a real poker game, as it were. Not that great of a skill, but it's just a fun game to play. And when one by one, we started, they saw how I was doing with the football, and they knew about my Vegas jaunts, and someone went with me. Long story short, there's 25 of us in Los Angeles County, and I'm the only one in Ventura. We got one guy in Santa Barbara. So it's 23 from Los Angeles County, 1 from Ventura, 1 from Santa Barbara. And we've been together on the same pool for this is our 14th year. And I went 13-3, and I'm not lying. I don't know how to explain this. I came in third. I came in third with a 13-3 record. We read to you really quick. The winner for week 17, he was 14 wins and 2 losses. He also had Carolina. The second place winner was 13 wins and 2 losses. And you're thinking, well, I was 13-3, but guess what? He beat me by half a game because he didn't have his pick in time for the Cleveland New York Jets game, which was on Thursday night. I could have tied for second if he got that game wrong, but it doesn't matter. The next 22 players from me on down, the next closest winner was 7 wins and 9 losses. The next 5 players tied for 4th place with his 6-10 record, and then 5 wins, 4 wins. We have one guy who went 0-16. That's the second time he's done that this year. So starting next year, we're going to have a prize for the worst picker. We're going to have a worst picker prize because this guy, he did it. He did it twice now. Well, I take it back. He went 0-14 when there was 4 teams that were off. He went 0-14 a few weeks ago. Now he went 0-16. So that's the second time I can ever remember someone went 0-4. I mean, it's hard to go 0-4. It really is. But I'm not going to try that. So as of right now, for the entire season, stale line that we all agreed to for the Las Vegas Hilton Super Contest. The stale line comes out Wednesday, 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And the line is set. It can't change. I am currently in second place. I'm 5 games behind the winner. He went 7-9 last week, one of the 7-9 guys. So I gained a lot of ground. I don't think I can catch this guy. So I'm 137 wins, 110 losses, and 9 pushes. So we all got to 9 pushes because it's, you must pick every game. So if there's 9 ties, you're going to get something with a tie. There's no wiggle room with that, and there shouldn't be. And it's just for bragging rights. There's no money involved, but we each chip in $5 because one of the guys' wives does the paperwork for us, the online work for us. Okay, now we got that out of the way. Oh, we got 4 out of the 5 teeters right. And you know what? I got Carolina plus 12.5 on one of the teeters, and I got that one wrong. But I got everything else. I swept the board. So if you pay attention to that video and watch and listen to those teasers, you made money. Getting to this week, I'm going to have in my hand some of the things I need to discuss about these teams. And I'm going to try to keep them in order, but they may not be in order. Just be consistent. I'll give you my entries for the Soup Contest. It's 5 for each entry. Entry number 1, I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers minus 3.5. They're at the Baltimore Ravens. The second game, I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys Laying a big chalk. I'm laying the 13 at Washington Commanders. Third pick on entry number 1, we're taking the Patriots minus 1.5. They're hosting the New York Jets. The fourth pick, we're taking the Cincinnati Bengals minus 7. And see, now right now it's minus 8, so we're getting line value. But when the line came out Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, it was Cincinnati minus 7. They're hosting the Cleveland Browns. And the last pick on this card, we're taking the Seattle Seahawks minus 2.5. They're at the Arizona Cardinals. Okay. That's pick number 1. Steelers, Cowboys, Patriots, Bengals, and the Seahawks. Okay. Entry number 2, the second card. Taking the Indianapolis Colts plus 1. Second pick is we're taking the Los Angeles Rams plus 4.5. They're at San Francisco, and that line's going down. It's 3.5 now. We're getting line value. Third pick, we're taking the New York Giants plus 5, and we're losing line value on that. Fourth pick, we're taking the Chicago Bears plus 3. And the last pick, we're taking the Denver Broncos plus 2.5. It was 3.5. It's now stand at 2.5. I'm going to go through the entire card, and then I'll go through some explanation and some tidbits for you, okay? And there's no teasers this week. I just didn't have time to go through all this. I don't think week 18 or last week of the regular season, I don't think you should have very many teasers, if any at all. What I call landmine handicapping weeks. I got the weeks 3 and 4 as 1 week. An extra game, 17 games now. That's the hardest one. Is the 0-2 and 0-3 teams, or 1-2 teams and 1-3 teams. That's the make or break. That's the hardest week of all. Is that week. The second hardest week is week 1, obviously, and this is the third hardest week, the last week of the regular season. The week 3-4, on a scale of 1 to 10, I think is 10 being the hardest. The week 3-4 is a 10, okay, but week 1 is probably maybe a 7, and this week here is a 5. I stand by that no matter what. I don't care what the other pundits, I don't care what these pros say. You need to listen to me. This is the third hardest week. So there shouldn't be any teasers. Before I go through the card, the 4 hardest games to handicap, in my opinion, and I left them off the cards, okay? The Atlanta Falcons at New Orleans, the Buffalo at Miami, the Jacksonville at Tennessee, and the Kansas City Chiefs at Los Angeles Chargers. Those were the 4 hardest, in my opinion. To me, they're coin flips. The ones I do put on the card, I think they're better than at least 60-40. Better than a coin flip. I'll go over the entire card. Pittsburgh minus 3.5, Colts plus 1, Cowboys minus 13, Rams plus 4.5, Buffalo minus 3, Atlanta plus 3, Giants plus 5, Cincinnati minus 7, Chicago Bears plus 3, Seahawks minus 2.5, Patriots minus 1.5, Tennessee plus 5.5, Denver plus 2.5, Minnesota plus 3.5, Carolina plus 4.5, and Kansas City plus 3.5. A couple of these I'll switch. I can't read my own writing. Okay, now, been a great season. Thank you, players. Thank you, YouTube watchers and subscribers. I hope you got some value out of this. I want you to beat the bookies. I want you to beat your bookie, and I want you to beat the casinos. I'm on your side. Okay, you're getting me for free. So, thank you. Put some comments down there. Anything, just don't curse me. And wish me luck. Thank you, players. See you for the next video. Thank you.